Hey everyone, this is Mike.
Alex.
And this is Evan, and you're listening to episode 7
Wow.
of the Mike and Alex show. Oh.
We're going pretty strong. 7 episodes now in 4 months?
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, we're not professional TV, radio. You know, this is good. 7 episodes in 4 months. Maybe we can.
Well, a lot of Netflix series, you're only getting like 10 episodes a year.
There you go. So you're welcome,
You're welcome,
podcasters.
folks.
Anyways, it's getting to be the springtime, and we're...
Well, it technically is, but
Yeah, we're hoping... that
Although we
can
did get a nice little April Fool's joke for when,
Yeah, that was heavy. That was heavy. That was heavy.
that was crazy.
So it's spring, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spring
fever. What is spring fever? Now, Mike, you've been talking about this. So what does spring fever mean to you?
Spring fever. Well, the term spring fever makes me think of, disease, I guess. like people.
Why
get
would spring
allergies.
fever make you
Allergies. That's what
It's
spring
a good
fever
fever.
sounds
It's a
like.
good fever. It's like disco fever. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no, never mind. That's not a good example.
Okay.
It's
Well,
like
spring-
hay fever. Oh, wait.
Wait, that's terrible. Yeah, so when you spring fever, but no, I get what you're saying
Yeah.
now. Spring to me, I just think of a lot of people. They start. You just notice it. A lot of people start getting more engaged and going outside more and trying to do more things.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to make a lot of changes in the springtime. I have moved to California always in the spring, and made moves to Somerville in the spring. I guess I move in the spring. I'm like a bear who hibernates in the winter and then does it in the spring. So it's been
Mike's on the prowl.
yeah. So no, it's been the spring to me has always meant changes, doing good changes, doing all right. What do I want to see myself doing?
Yeah.
The next few months or whatever.
Yeah, the New Year's resolution should really be done in April.
Yeah.
Because January and March is just deal with snow.
Deal with
and
snow, especially the gym. People use that as an excuse not to. By the way, how's the gym going?
It's going okay.
the season's about to start.
Cut season just started.
There we go. Now, where do you go? Why don't you plug the gym you go to? I always see you
Oh,
plug it on
absolutely.
Facebook all the time.
I plug it on Facebook and on Twitter. Might as well plug it because these guys are awesome. It's 9 rounds in Westminster.
I thought it was a golf course when you posted that. Not gonna lie,
But
I thought you were golfing.
Why would it be? Why would it be golfing only 9 holes?
Because
and why would
you-
you call
because
it
you-
9 holes?
Well,
instead of
round
18
of
holes?
golf is the whole game.
It's
not
18,
holes, so, yeah.
exactly.
Well, because you don't have the patience for 18. That's what I figured.
Well, that's true.
They do have 9-hole golf courses.
Well, yeah. So basically, this gym, it's fantastic. Wonderful trainers, great people. The owners are awesome. So it's basically similar to circuit training, but there's a kickboxing theme. So one round you might be doing jump ropes and split into jumping jacks, and then another round you're punching the heavy bag and kicking. And,
so are these classes you're taking?
well, the thing is, that's the great thing about the circuit training format that they have is where you show up and that's when your workout begins. It's not like there's a class that starts at 9 and goes from 9 to 9:30, and if you get there at 9:15 you have to wait or something. You just jump in and do your workout.
Now, are these included with the membership, or are these extra?
Well, it is the membership. The membership is to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah. Well, good for you. That sounds like a cool place to go.
I highly recommend it to anybody. And the thing is, if you let them know ahead of time, the first class is actually free, so you get to actually test it before you buy. You know?
Yeah, that's
So
the best gyms do that.
9 rounds in Westminster, same plaza as the Blueprint, the Chinese restaurant, Green Tea. Green Tea's
the one there. Yeah.
Green Tea, and just it's a good. I've never been, but everyone who's been there that I know raves about it.
That's good. Well, if you're in the area, check that out.
Yeah,
so that's your sort of your springtime thing, getting back into the swing of it.
Getting back into the swing of it.
Yeah.
How about you, Evan? What's going on springtime for you?
As soon as I can go hike, I love to hike. So we have the Mount Wachusett close by. So
I saw you posted something about great trails to go hiking.
yeah.
What was
so
on that list?
I want to try. Well, I don't even remember. There's so many. None of them were around here, but they're some in just different parts of Massachusetts. So I want to try at least a few of them this year. But I always will warm up when I can warm up with a nice hike up Mount Wachusett. So just outside more often. Just get rid of those wintertime blues. Get some sunshine.
Do you do morning hikes or later in the day? Or anytime?
Both.
Or are you more of a weekend hiker?
Generally on the weekend. I don't have time really.
You work during the week, right?
Yeah, I can't squeeze. It's tough to
Squeeze
squeeze
in a mountain hike at 6 a.m. Well, you guess you could, but that might be really.
I could.
pushing it, yeah.
Sometimes, after work, when it's summer and there's it's still sunny out at 8:30 at night, then I can squeeze in maybe an after work thing up the mountain. But no, usually on the weekends.
Now,
but,
how long does it take you to hike all Mount Wachusett?
It depends on what trail you take. Sometimes it can take like half hour to get to the top. Sometimes it can be hour and a half to get to the top. Depends on what trail you take.
Interesting.
Yeah, it all depends on what trail you take.
That's a great dating idea too, by the way.
I pulled it off a couple times. I pulled it off.
It's a great idea if you don't, unless you don't hike, in which case you're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Then you're out of then
you're
you're
SOL.
poor data choice.
Yeah. No, one time there was like Wachusett Mountain was doing like a barbecue fest, so we went up the hike. We hiked up Mount Wachusett and then went to the barbecue fest. It was fun because it's a good second date idea when you still spending some time talking to somebody,
Getting
but
to
you're
know them and stuff.
out there doing something physical.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the last couple podcasts talked about dating, so that's the end of that one.
Yeah, let's shift topics.
Well,
we don't need to go about dating.
To be continued when we have further information.
Yeah, and there's other things like yard sales, and if there's anything like new that you want to do, like you don't have to worry about.
Oh, yard sales
No.
are huge in the spring, aren't they?
Yeah, or
lot of
even
See, I
keep-
notice those more in the summer than I do in the
Well,
spring.
true, but
or the fall, but like even exploring, like say, oh, okay, maybe I just want to. I'm more spontaneous in the spring. Like I feel better about like I'm going to drive out to Northampton with no plans. So that's
it. Sometimes when you have no plans, sometimes that's the best day.
yeah. It's trickier in the wintertime when there's always like
I'm
worries
going to
about
Northampton, just get off the
snowstorms,
road.
about- yeah. And part of it's psychological too. I just feel a lot more spontaneous in like the spring through the fall.
Well, exactly.
I like the idea, kind of where you were going with it, where things kind of changed. I like the rebirth concept you threw out there.
The
Cool,
phoenix rising from the ashes.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Like instead of a bear coming out of hibernation, it's just
And I wonder if we appreciate that more being in New England because we have the legit
I'd say so.
seasons. So like we're all ready to go again, like this time of year. Versus maybe people in Florida are just kind of they don't really have that sort of rebirth time. They just kind of do.
I think they're not. I don't think they're jealous of that. I think
I'm
they're
sure
actually,
they're not.
I think they're okay with not getting a foot of snow on a random Wednesday.
You know, they always seem to post pictures of how it is in Florida for these snowstorms, and they seem to know it gets under my skin.
I got to tell you though, Florida would not be my number one choice of warm climate to move to.
Oh no, it'd
For
be
me,
tough to.
no.
Yeah, no.
A, you need a car to get everywhere. B, I'm not a huge humidity fan, so
Yeah.
Miami, places like that don't really do it.
Well, see, Miami's not that. Even though there is humidity, it's not that bad. You have a nice little ocean breeze in Miami versus like a central
Orlando
area.
or something.
Yeah.
That's the.
See, me, I kind of
Well,
want
you
to
lived down there for a little bit. Right?
Yeah, I lived down there.
What was your thoughts of it?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But you're right, because everything's a stretch, so you're driving everywhere.
Right. And I heard public transportation sucks down there. Like,
I wouldn't know I drive.
What public transportation?
well, good for you. You drive.
Good for you. You drive. No, but a place I want to check out is San Diego. It's like 70 degrees all the time.
Been there one day just to check out San Diego State.
Yeah.
I still think about that. Like, I want to go back and spend more time. I am going to do that. I go back.
Okay.
Maybe we should go out there as a podcast.
Yeah,
Look at Alex and Evan in San Diego.
We pick San Diego. I'll pick like Nashville or somewhere, or just random cities.
do a cross country
Yeah, Alex and Mike
podcast.
podcast.
If we all make it to San Diego,
We'll be like the Foo Fighters, but of podcasting.
Yeah, no, that's like after a certain amount of episodes, like you know how a sitcom after a while you have to like shake things up.
yeah,
like-
we'll relocate.
Let's not jump the shark too quick, though.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just keeping some ideas flowing here. But why? So obviously San Diego because of the weather, right?
Because of the weather, that's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
That's literally the only reason.
You've never been to California, though, right?
I haven't. I think the furthest west I've gone is Arizona.
That's not a bad place, you know.
It's a
except
cool
for
place to
the
get a
Fox.
job, the Silicon Valley. So it'd be a cool place to get a tech job out there in San Diego.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, what I like about Massachusetts is that it's not too long to get to the beach. It's not too long to get to the
Exactly.
mountains.
It's not too long to do anything. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can go 4 hours here and cover so much ground. Then say
I think.
If you're in like Texas, we can go, like it
I
takes
think-
like a day to go from one side of Texas to
Exactly.
the
Well,
other.
I think, yeah, and I think that's kind of what I was touching on. I think we romanticize on things that we're not fully aware of. You know, I think it's the situation is what we make.
As people tend to do, yeah.
yeah, or like one bad thing here, like I want to move. Like, do
Well,
you really?
Yeah, not only that, but then you're like, oh, I hate it here because of blah blah blah. But then unless you change your mindset when you move, you're not going to like where you're at.
Exactly. You'll find something to hate about.
Yeah.
Wherever, Austin, Seattle, doesn't matter.
It's too hot and muggy in Austin.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it always raining in Seattle?
Yeah, if I had to move to Texas, I think it would be Austin's where I'd go.
Yeah, if you had to force me to move to Texas, I think Austin would be the place. Although I've heard good things about San Antonio, but there's a lot going on here in Massachusetts. Like we were saying, especially as the spring calendar turns here. You know, there's a lot of things to do.
Well,
Yeah.
what are some things that you guys are doing this spring?
Last year I went to Bar Harbor up in Maine, Acadia National Park.
I've
Whereas
been
if you're a big hiker and bicycler, you could spend like 2 weeks there and not get tired of it. But it was basically I spent a week just hiked 1 or 2 mountains a day, did some bicycling. Bar Harbor's kind of like a Northampton, Amherst, as far as like just a lot of cool stuff to do downtown.
yeah, Maine is fun.
Maine's awesome.
And speaking of that, you guys possibly might be going to Maine at the end of May.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
not possibly. We're
We're
going.
definitely going to Maine Memorial Day weekend because Tool is playing up in Bangor.
That's awesome. Such a great band to see live.
Yeah, and it's also like last year we saw Ray LaMontagne down at the Waterfront, and that made me realize that waterfront concerts are pretty kick-ass.
Even if it's hot, you still get the breeze.
Yeah, you get the ocean
The
breeze. Yeah. Tool's playing at the water. They're playing Boston Calling. That's like a 3-day festival, but they're also playing in Rochester, New York, and up in Bangor, Maine. So Bangor, Maine's like 4.5 hours up from here. And because it's Memorial Day weekend, it's the drive up is maybe a little bit hectic. So I'm probably gonna like plan like maybe a day, like just me if you want to as well, like just Portland, like go to Portland either on the way there or the way back.
Way back, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also there's the waterfront there. You can obviously check out the waterfront. There's a casino up in Bangor.
Let me stop you right there. You have me at casino.
That's funny because I was planning on going to trip in Portland in May as well. So after that, we'll have to do a podcast of our adventures in Maine to tell everybody about.
Well, and-
Maine's a fun state.
And
Yeah.
I know I'm not the only one who's doing shows this spring. Who else has got something going on, like live show wise?
Like going to concerts.
Going to concerts.
Still might go to Metallica in May if I can get tickets to that.
We've got Tool. I've got Mastodon on May 8th.
Nice!
I'm basically covering my bucket list bands this year.
Oh, that's good.
Nice,
There you go.
nice.
So I think I've got those shows. We've got Tool at the end of May.
Yeah.
And then
We'll have to see some
June,
summer ones.
and then
Well, we have
summer
Alex
one,
Lopez in
June
June.
3rd.
June
The
3rd.
summer
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah.
Great segue.
See how I tied it all together?
Very nice tie there.
It all ends with the June 3rd show.
Where was it? Fitchburg Armory?
The Fitchburg
Fitchburg
Armory
Armory, yeah.
also goes by this by certain circles as the Fitchburg Senior Center, but
Yep.
it's known as the Armory. It's not a big stage, big room. So for no,
big.
it's big. So yeah, there's free admission, no charge, all ages show. Anybody who does do a door donation will get a copy of the Alex Lopez album. And all proceeds from that will be going to 2 not local nonprofits, United Neighbors of Fitchburg and New View Communities.
So this is your Alex Lopez album you released a few years ago. It has the cards on it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who does a donation will receive a copy of that, and all proceeds of those CD sales are going to benefit the United Neighbors of Fitchburg and the New View Communities.
That's
so
a good-
2 great local nonprofits that I'm very happy to be working with on this.
Rock out and
Yep.
Rock
donate.
out and donate, yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably also have some Aurora Syndrome CDs there to sell, and the same with pretty cheaply as well. And then
Yeah.
Ben Cody probably has. Does he have an album out, Ben Cody?
He's got a couple of EPs out, I think.
Okay. yeah.
He's got some. The thing is, he's got some great live material. So I
Yeah.
think we'll see. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, so there'll be stuff. There'll be things to get there.
There's going to be plenty of merch, and there is a bar there.
Is
So
there food and drink? I was going to ask.
there's
Drink.
drink. It's not a restaurant, so there's no food.
But anyway, no, great. That'll be great.
Yeah. So
Um,
I had to plug it again.
One thing that no, that's awesome. One thing that I might do this spring, I've done other springs before, is go camping with one of my buddies. What's your guys' feelings on camping? Are you
No.
campers? So
No.
why no camping?
I just
You afraid of bugs?
well, one, you have the rising tick epidemic in Massachusetts, where you get bit, you get Lyme disease.
I didn't know it was a rising epidemic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this would be up in New Hampshire. But
Still,
It's not like the state line. Like
the
suddenly
state line
ticks
doesn't
go-
separate the tick.
No, you
the
check-
ticks are like, oh, I can't cross into New Hampshire.
check their
Yeah,
IDs.
they're like, ooh, more cheaper taxes.
No, I actually didn't know there was an epidemic of Lyme disease.
Yeah, and in the New England region, especially in Massachusetts, yeah.
Okay, but minus that, you wouldn't go camping in anyway.
I've never been like it's one thing to like see the scenic thing and cross through it and walk through some nice scenic routes, but to just pack a bag and just sleep outside, I don't like it.
Okay.
I've never liked that concept.
You're anti-adventure. I get it.
Oh no, I'm not anti-adventure. My adventures are just different. My adventures don't require me having to pee in a bucket.
Oh,
I don't
Las
know.
Vegas, Las
I've seen
Vegas
you
is
do
an
that.
adventure. So yeah,
How about you, Evan? Are you
My adventures exactly would be more like Vegas, would be
So
Still pee in a bucket.
Weekend in New York. I'm not going to pee in a bucket.
I used to not like camping so much. I do like it now. I like kind of unplugging from the world and like relaxing. I have to sleep on an air mattress. I don't like sleeping on the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm down for like a weekend. Just set up a tent, build a fire, stuff like that.
It's nice to get away from the city, especially where you could actually, be honest with you, coming out towards Fitchburg actually is even more like laid back for me than being in the city.
Oh yeah.
So
I can imagine.
Being in the city, it's just like bumper, you see people all the time, and then house, and just getting away is like serenity.
Yeah. So we when I go camping with buddies, we typically we like to play bocce. So we'll play bocce, we'll play Cards Against Humanity. We'll either go on a hike.
Love Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Bocce, not so much.
Yeah, and then everyone brings. We just organize who's bringing what, and if you swimming, if you're at a campground where there's swimming, you can do that. But yeah, just a little bit of planning, and it can be a fun time.
Yeah, depends on where you go, and obviously good weather.
Yeah,
obviously helps.
Yeah,
so that's a big activity in the spring and summer. Another thing I wanted to plug. It's anybody's listening to us is friends of ours, anyways. In the summer, I planned a thing called An Evening in Davis Square, which I invited you guys to. So it'll be like a get-together in Davis Square, Somerville, with my friends.
What day is that?
I sent you the invite. You should know that. No, it's Saturday, July 15th.
There you go.
Yep.
Plug it.
Saturday, July 15th.
So
I might have plans.
What?
I'm just joking.
You said you were interested.
I said I was interested. I didn't say I was going.
Don't be that person.
Yeah, Davis Square is fun.
Yeah, and the reason I had to put it so far out was just because the big thing, like we were talking about earlier, it's just people, plans come up on every weekend. So to get a lot of people together, you have to make
but the reverse side of that though is there's something so far out, I'll vaguely commit and not pay attention as it's coming up, and then suddenly it's up, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, there needs to be a Facebook reminder a month before or something.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that would be me.
Yeah, that would be you. It's your
the
thing.
person to remind everybody it's coming up in a month.
Yeah.
See, for
so
my
I
event,
will do that. Yeah.
For my event on June 3rd, I'm plugging it weekly.
Well, why don't you remind people?
I do. I remind them weekly that there's a show June 3rd.
Well, don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and weekly is a good pace because I know so many bands who do a daily countdown, and that gets overbearing. It's they make countdown teasers for every single day.
Exactly.
9 days left to see.
Or maybe we'll just do a ring spoof, and say, you have 6 days.
No, that is.
If you call me, if you call anybody and do that.
Fun story. First time, I didn't even know he was watching The Ring, but he's watching The Ring. He gets a phone call. It's me. Dude, you can't do that. I was watching The Ring.
Oh, wait, no, I thought you were actually going to say 6 days.
You have 6 days.
You have 6 days.
That's great movie, by the way. That movie scared me. If you can make a little scary in that movie, you've done a good job as a horror director. Classic.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got some events coming up.
We do.
So maybe, maybe kind of hard to do a live podcast at one of these.
I'm just gonna say,
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's
like promoting your stuff.
Exactly. It's like summertime baseball. Alex Lopez show. It's just I'm just gonna ramble. Baseball.
Lemonade stand.
You can just change your cover photo to June 3rd with your face. People do that.
I might. You never know. I might be
I
might be that person who's just holding up a sign that says June 3rd.
June 3rd. Wondering why? Ask me about it.
June.
No, you got to have the actual information. Otherwise, if it's just the day when people don't get curious on that.
No.
Well, to be honest with you, that might draw some curiosity. It says June 3rd, but those people, I don't know if you're going to want to come anyways.
Viral marketing so played out as far as something vague, okay, what does it mean? Yeah, it's going to be a nice mix of a few covers, a lot of original stuff from both the Alex Lopez album, the Aurora Syndrome project that we did last year, and a few new songs from a recording that we plan to do in the fall.
Yep.
We want to work with the engineer. We haven't asked him yet, but we want to work with the engineer that we worked on with the Aurora Syndrome EP. His name's Andrew Odell. I hope I pronounced that.
And
right.
he's running a studio.
Ghost Hit Recording.
Exactly. So that's where we're looking.
Western Mass, that's where you recorded your first one?
Yeah, we did it in Amherst. I think this one's in North Holyoke, I think?
Yeah, Holyoke. Yeah, I think Holyoke.
Either North Hadley or Holyoke, or something like that.
Yeah, one of those H-towns.
One of the H-towns. But that's where we're going to be doing it this fall.
All right, and you said again this is going to be a full-length album?
Full-length album.
Yeah.
What kind of rituals do you guys have to prepare for a performance, or like how do you get ready for a performance?
So with a lot of improv, they do a lot of warm-ups. We do a lot of warm-ups first. We do like a lot of warm-up games with each other, like doing like just eye contact, getting on the same page with each other. That always helps.
Do you do lion face, lemon face? Lion
Never-
face, lemon face.
No, but that's...
Do you do red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather?
No, we've done
Tongue twisters.
we've done red ball, like red ball, red bull, stuff like that, passing it to each other.
Oh, okay.
Tongue,
okay,
you know,
yeah.
different things to get people to pay attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do, and yeah, we never do the drinking before, but we do it after.
Well, we'll do like a little cocktail on stage or a little cocktail right beforehand, like a
Yeah, a drink or two before. is
like
fine.
just like a warm up shot
Yeah.
and like a hands in kind of thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like you said, getting drunk, or I know some people don't like to get high before stuff like that. Like you're just not in the, especially with improv, you're just not in the right frame of mind.
Same thing with her performance.
Yeah.
You might get through the performance, but you're not giving your best self, I think, when you do that.
Yeah, I do something to calm my nerves. Whether it's just I definitely either have a drink of water, or if it's at like a bar or a place where there is alcohol, like I may have like a beer just to like calm my nerves.
Yeah.
But
See, for
I
me,
gotta
for me, I'm more excited than nervous or like fearful. I just love the opportunity to kind of
Yeah,
play out. So I feed off energy. I don't want to.
yeah, I do need a minute to like reflect on myself and calm down, like kind of refocus.
Well, I gotta imagine as a drummer, is that you like? Do you need to be in like a
Well,
relaxed state or like in a more, like ready to go state? Like,
Well,
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So I stretch. I do warm ups on like drum rudiments, warm ups like different like paradiddles. Which for those who don't know, it's you're drumming with certain sticking, like your right hand, your left hand. Just certain warm up. And there's certain like grooves that I warm up with, like the 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover by Paul Simon. It's a good drumming groove to warm up with because you're using your four limbs, your two arms and two legs, like independently from one another. So there's a couple warm up exercises that I do, but I also kind of not really meditate, but just like take a few, just take a few deep breaths.
do you guys do like as a band? Do you ever like do something like what we do, the improv, like kind of get on the same page with each other? Do you guys do like anything?
Yeah, it's usually like a hands in ritual, and we just kind of.
Do like one of these?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Power Rangers!
Yeah, I do a hands in.
All right, say the funniest thing you've heard today, kind of thing.
Well,
do
no,
that.
for us it's more
Well,
about.
no, that's what
It's just it's a positive affirmation before you get on stage. So it's just like a friendly reminder of, enjoy the performance and just
don't fuck up. Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even a don't f up mentality. It's more a
Have fun.
have
That's
fun.
what the
the
big
most
thing
important
is
thing is
play
that we enjoy our performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Like improv,
Yeah.
we want to go out there and have a good time, make people laugh and stuff. But if we're not having fun, the audience knows it, and
Yeah.
especially more of what we do. But like for music, yeah, you guys want to be on the same page.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my trouble is if I'm too nervous, I play the drums a little more safe and reserved, and that doesn't always work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's I gotta imagine because you're kind of the backbone of the band. You have to pay attention. to
Yes,
what's
he
going
maintains the rhythm for everyone.
on. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
He determines how fast or slow we go.
Mm-hmm.
And you're up there following, but
And actually, in one of my other drumming projects, one of my projects of Tribe, they're contemplating a visual aspect of that. So I may be listening to a click track as I'm playing, and like when we do recording, I play to a click track as well.
awesome.
But that's a whole. other
See, even
thing.
in recording, I've tried click tracks. It doesn't work for me. I usually have to have like the drummer just clicking on their own beat as well. Even if they're basically following the click track, I have to follow the rhythm of somebody else when it comes to that.
Yeah, with drumming, it's as a drummer, you can. Some people do, but you have to be able to play to a click track
To a metronome, yeah.
Yeah.
While we're on this topic, are you guys? Because you guys are musicians.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm trying to get more into my playing guitar. Are you guys a fan of YouTube videos, or you think they are not worth? Or you think they're not? Don't give you the full experience.
Depends the YouTuber.
Yeah,
The YouTubee or the YouTuber?
it's a
YouTuber.
Yeah, it's not a one size fits all. It's a tool to get people to
Exactly.
like post videos.
Sometimes
It's
it
not-
works for some people. Sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't
I
work
almost
for
think I want the
others.
hands-on as a guitar. I want someone to show me, what
proper technique.
proper
yes.
technique and stuff.
Yes.
You know.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people offer lessons through like Skype, and it's sort of the same thing. There's a little bit of granted, there's more personal interaction, but you're not there actually saying, okay, you're placing your fingers. You should place
Yeah,
your
they
fingers on
can't
the drumstick a
critique
little more
you,
this
really.
way, or
Yeah.
when you're moving along the frets, you have to do it. You use your wrist rather than your forearm, things like that.
Now I know you were taking lessons for a while. You still do that to brush up, or you pretty much got your skills down? That you
Well, I'm not arrogant enough to think that I'm done learning.
Well, no,
music,
that's what I mean.
But at this point,
You think it's not
in
worth
this
the money?
case, well, no, it's not even about it being worth the money. It's just more. I'm focused more on songwriting than playing technique. I'm not trying to be, the next Eddie Van Halen. I just want to tell my
Songwriting
story.
is more your thing first.
Exactly. So I focus more on the storytelling and the message versus the, skill part of it.
Being able to do a rip roaring solo.
All right. I
Well,
think that's it for this
Yep,
episode.
that about does it. Thank you for tuning in to episode 7 of
We'll
the
be
Mike
having
and Al
another
Show.
one probably later this spring as well.
Yeah,
We'll get
yeah.
together more often.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
And
We
you never
may,
know. We might be doing a pizza place in Somerville and record live there.
Dude,
You
we
never-
definitely have to go to
definitely do
Boston sometime soon. I definitely.
The weather's getting nicer.
Yeah.
Come on out. There's a lot to do. And we could even, I think we mentioned it before, kind of do like a restaurant review of like places that are in the area, where to go to get the best burger and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We can touch upon that on that episode.
More fun, but that'd be more fun in like Boston than around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Here's your Chinese place.
All right, so thank you for tuning in.
See you next